What is up, YouTube? Today we got something very special. This is a 2015 Mercedes-Benz ML63 AMG. Huge shout out to my friend David for borrowing me this car for the day. I've been driving this thing around all morning so I can gather a nice review for you guys. And I gotta tell you the truth, I fell in love with this car. It's extremely fast, it stops extremely well, it's extremely practical. Let me show you guys the inside. Nice beautiful leather interior. This one's got the performance package, so it's got the nicer steering wheel, it's got the big 8-piston red calipers. Very practical car. This is where practicality and hauling ass meets. You can fold the seats down in the back here and you have a whole lot of space. That's that for you. You could tow with this car. It's got a towing hitch. It's even got an automatic tailgate. There's a lot of junk in here, but it's got it opens by itself, closes by itself. Nice quad AMG exhausts. Let me show you guys underneath the hood here. Underneath the hood we have something very special. This is a 5.5 liter handcrafted V8 bi-turbo, so it's a twin turbo V8. This thing without the performance package, it makes around 520 horsepower, 520 torque. With the performance package, it gets around 550 horsepower and around 560 foot-pounds of torque. And then if you tune this thing, it's even more nuts. Also, the performance package gives it this beautiful carbon fiber engine cover. Let's take this thing for a drive. Enough of me talking. That's where this thing really shines. This is just a stunning car. It's got the 360 cameras, V8 bi-turbo right there. Okay, put that there. We got a nice push button start. This is essentially a race car SUV. Check brake pad wear, that's normal on any AMG. Brakes get used up a lot. Let me actually turn off the radio. It's got nice integration with the phone, Bluetooth command, all that. Got a Navi here. Nice place to put your key. These seats are actually very comfortable. They're heated and cooled. Let's turn on the cooling. You got adjustable lumbar support. There's a couple different adjustments you can make on the seats in this system right here. You got different modes for the shifting. So you got manual shifting mode, you got comfort, and then you got standard sport mode. You got a different suspension settings. You got sport suspension, sport plus, just stiffens the dampening on the airbags. You could also raise the car with this button right here, but you know, well, that's like if you're off-roading. We're gonna leave it on the comfort setting. It's the automatic headlights, beautiful black, I think this is piano black, or the beautiful wood black trim. Nice storage compartments here. You even have a heated and cooled cup holder, which I don't see in too many Benzes. These are all your climate controls right here. You got your traction off, put your parking sensors. This thing's equipped with the eco mode. Eco mode basically turns the car off when you're standing still at a light. I'm not a big fan of that feature. This one with the performance package gets this beautiful steering wheel with nice hand grips right here, beautiful big paddle shifters. And you know this thing means business when you have oil temp, transmission temperature, coolant temperature. And you also have lap times. So if you were to track this car, you could track your lap times. Only really AMGs typically get the lap times. It's a serious machine right here. You got all your different displays for your transmission, for your traction, for your suspension. Nice temps. This is to make sure you warm up the oil. You never want to beat on an AMG without warming up the oil. It's very important. You got 360 cameras right here. The top view, rear view. I'm sure you could shuffle through the different side views and rear views. You could go through all the different modes. This thing sounds fantastic. I don't know if it has something done to the exhaust. Just sounds phenomenal. It's very, very fast. This is a very quick SUV. This is no joke. This is a serious machine right here. With the performance package, it takes the speed limiter up to 174, but if you tune this thing, it'll go close to 200. It's geared for that. It's 7-speed transmission. Alrighty guys, let's go take this thing for a drive. Let me show you where this car really, really shines. This is an extremely quick car. Put it into drive. I'm not going to beat on this car too much, but I will demonstrate to you the capabilities of this car because it's just phenomenal. I've been driving this thing around all morning and I fell in love with this car. We're going to put it into lower gear, turn in here. I want to show you guys the power of this thing. Put it into first gear. As you guys can see, this is no slouch of a car. This thing gets going very, very fast, and you can get into a whole lot of trouble with this car. You got to have a good attorney on speed dial for this thing. Wow. We're gonna turn around, do one more pull, and then we're gonna go take it on the road. When I do go a little faster, I don't want to endanger anybody on the streets, so I'm choosing the safest area for me to show you guys the speed capabilities of this car. It's very, very fast. Let's put this into just regular sport. Makes these nice pops every time it shifts. Wow. Wow. There's a lot of stuff in the bag, that's why it's rattling a little bit here. I just showed you guys the quickness of it. Now we're just gonna take it nice and chill. I don't need to get any speeding tickets today. Very smooth shifting transmission. I love those pops that it makes every time it shifts when you're going harder on the throttle. Nice 8-piston brake calipers in the front. Wow, quick downshifts for you nicely. Let's put this thing into comfort mode, or yeah, that was manual. This is comfort. I think these tires are a little bit overinflated. It's got the beautiful 21-inch wheels. Kind of hard to find tires for that size. It's a very odd size. Got the nice cruise control. Got your seat controls right here. All the features you'd want out of a Mercedes. You got this beautiful panoramic sunroof. These sunroofs do like to break. On my S550 2015, I had the sunroof break. It's a lot of plastic little pieces that hold this up and move it up, the mechanism. They like to break, and then it's just a pain in the ass to replace. Got to drop the headliner and replace a lot of small brittle little pieces that like to break. I don't know, this is everything you could want out of an SUV. You have it here. It's fantastic. This is good if you have a family, if you have kids, but you still like to go fast. This car is perfect for that. Nice stitching all over the dashboard. The beauty is in all the little small details. You got a nice keyless entry when you enter. Harman Kardon speakers. These actually sound fantastic. It's bumping music all morning in this thing. It's just a great vibe. This car puts you in a good mood when you drive it. And if you need to carry something, buy something bigger, you fold the seats down, it does that for you really well. You need to tow a trailer, you need to tow a jet ski, probably a boat this thing could even tow. It's got enough power and enough torque to do that for sure. I'm not sure what the towing weight on this is. Probably like 5,000–6,000 pounds at least. It's gotta be. But don't quote me on that. This is just smiles per gallon all the time. This is also decently low mileage example. This has got like 79,000 miles. You got your digital speed right there. You could also put your Navi on there. Control your audio. You can hook up your phone with Bluetooth. You got TPMS, all that. We're gonna leave the AMG screen on so we get all the temps. That's really cool how they give you all the oil temperature, the gear temperature. It's really important in a performance car to actually warm those things up before you start going crazy on it. And this is one of those cars where it's very hard to drive it slow. It's like a tamed beast when you're driving it slow. Like you could feel that it's got the power, but it's hard to keep your foot off the gas. It's addicting. Any AMG is very, very addicting. It's hard to keep yourself from going over the speed limit. And it masks the speed really well. So this thing, you'll be going 100 something and you won't even feel that you're going that fast. It's easy to break the speed limit in this vehicle right here. Overall, this is very quiet inside. I don't know if this has got dual pane windows like S-Class. Yep, it's got a dual pane windows for silence. Does not have soft closed doors, but it makes up for it with the power that it does have. When I put it into comfort, I noticed that it's a lot more quieter. It drops the gears a lot lower. It's a lot more tame. Like it feels just like a regular ML in comfort mode. When I switch it to sport mode, things liven up. I don't know if there's an exhaust valve that switches also, but I feel like I notice a difference in. I notice a difference in how aggressive the car becomes. What else can I show you guys? Oh, it's also got the nice hold feature. So you jab the brake, you let off your foot off the brake, and if you're standing at a red light, you don't have to keep your foot on the brake. It holds it for you. And then if your light turns green, you just tap the throttle, lets go of the brake for you. And this is one of those cars where you cannot own this if you don't have one of these. You need a radar with this type of vehicle. I would not advise to own this. You're gonna get arrested if you don't have one of these. I think there's like some SD card slot for your radio. I wish this thing had Apple CarPlay. That would be nice. But I'm sure there's a way to add that in here. It's about the only thing that I think is missing that should be in here. Apple CarPlay. You got a nice sunglass holder right here. You got your light controls for the top. Beautiful Alcantara suede headliner and pillars here. Everything is nicely finished. The biggest downside of having Alcantara on your steering wheel is you're supposed to technically wear gloves for Alcantara, and every time you touch this without gloves, the oils from your hands get into the fabric and it kind of ruins the Alcantara. I had a couple Alcantara steering wheels and they're very hard to keep in great shape. Like you would have to wash your hands before every time you drive it, or either wear gloves if you want to keep it perfect. Well, that's not ideal for a daily driver, so these Alcantara suedes, they do wear out over time. Pretty sure these tires are overinflated because this thing is pretty bumpy on rides. I don't know if I'm just used to driving S-classes where it absorbs everything, but I have a feeling that the tire pressure is... Let's check the tire pressure actually. No. It's not a good thing to do while you're driving. You got blind spot assist. You got a lot of assists in here. Deactivate that. Let's do service. Tire pressure. There we go. There we go. Oh, okay, that's why it's such a stiff ride. These tires are way overinflated. 54 in the front, 48. I like to run my tires at like 30 or lower sometimes. In the rear, usually you want more. In the front you want less, but I noticed that adjusting the tire values makes a huge difference on ride quality. But if you have low profile tires, which this AMG I believe has, you can't really lower your tire pressure too much because you're gonna bend your wheel really easily. You're gonna hit a pothole, a curb. Wow, I'm so impressed with the power of this. For a big SUV, this thing hauls ass. This is just so much fun. If you're looking for a practical SUV that you could daily, but you could still want to have fun in it, this is your choice. This is a great choice. It's just, what a fantastic car. Makes you forget that you're in an SUV. There's no wiper fluid in here. That's good. And I noticed that in sport mode, the transmission sport mode, it holds the gears out a lot longer. Like when you floor it in automatic mode, it goes up higher in the RPMs than in comfort. Comfort makes this thing really tame, but in sport, it holds the gears out longer. $14 miles per gallon. I mean, for AMG, that's not bad. 14 miles. I'm sure if you drive this thing like a grandpa, it'll definitely do more. On the highway, I'm sure it'll do more. If you keep it in comfort, I'm sure it'll keep the gas costs a lot down. But you don't buy this to save on gas. Nobody buys an AMG to cut gas costs down. You buy this for the fun, for the smiles. You buy this for the performance aspect of it, which that it definitely gives you. The sound of this is just great. It's got a nice little tone to it that like a non-AMG won't have. I don't know if this has a resonator delete or somebody did something to the exhaust here. This just sounds great. these twin turbos, power is just infinite. And this is stock. I was talking with my friend that owns this car, and he said that he's gonna give it to me again after the tune. So I might make another video on this car after it's tuned to kind of compare the power. I'm kind of excited to see what that tune will do, but it'll probably bring this thing up to like 600, 650. I don't know how much boost you can increase safely without something going wrong. But with twin turbos and any kind of forced induction, you have a whole lot of options to make more power. That's the beauty of forced induction cars. That about concludes this video. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, please hit the subscribe button. It motivates. Oh, nope, we can't go in there. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, it'll motivate me to make more content. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. It helps out the algorithm a lot. It helps me out a lot. You guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care. See you on the next one.